It's 8 p.m. and here are our top stories. A massive avalanche closes Loveland Pass for hours.
All you have to do is break that one layer and the snow's going to come down.
Tonight, rescue crews still not sure if anyone is trapped.
I know other counties have had avalanches with burials and people that have got caught.
Rain is quickly turning over to snow with heavy amounts expected in Denver overnight.
Boulder County moving forward. A significant hurdle cleared in the path to rebuild.
An unlicensed breeder busted with puppies in dire need of care.
They were obviously kept in unsanitary conditions.
Out of harm's way and put into shelters, teams are working to find their forever homes.
They're just super sweet, really social, and playful dogs.
And Russell Wilson says hello to his new fan base.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Well, the warm-up was nice, but it's back to the wintry weather tonight. A spring break storm bringing rain to the Front Range is about to switch over to snow. Good evening, and thank you for watching Denver 7 News on Local 3. I'm Jessica Porter.
I'm Danny New. The mountains are already enjoying a dusting, and soon, so will the metro.
Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson is tracking how much snow we'll get. Mike, you even got to see conditions firsthand earlier.
I did go outside in the rain for a little bit. It is still raining in the downtown area, but it will change over to snow in the next couple of hours. The temperature's already down to 42 in Denver, and the snow is falling just up the hill a little bit, elevations of about 7,000 feet. As a cold front slides southward, we're getting north-northeast winds on the backside of that front. You can see the shield of precipitation increasing all along the I-25 corridor and all the way back across much of western Colorado. Winter weather advisories are in the light purple and winter storm warnings, including most of the Denver area. Until noon tomorrow, the area is in pink. The precipitation again is just starting to shift off to the west of us now, and that is going to gradually work its way down into Denver. Now, the road surfaces are pretty warm for the moment, and so for the beginning tonight, it'll be just rain to snow and wet roads, but heavy wet snow is expected in the overnight hours up until about 5 or 6 in the morning, so it slows the commute for tomorrow, and I think both the morning and afternoon will be impacted by it. And just for good measure, there's another snowstorm possible early next week. I'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
And of course, you can get 24/7 Colorado weather updates and live radar on your TV. All you got to do is download the free Denver 7 Plus app on your streaming device, and then boom, there we are.
An avalanche early this morning closed down Loveland Pass for hours as search and rescue crews alongside law enforcement worked to find anyone who might have gotten caught. The Clear Creek Sheriff's Office says that it received a report of an avalanche around 8 this morning, but it may have happened many hours earlier. The avalanche was in the area of Loveland Pass on mile marker 225 and was described as several hundred feet wide and about 600 feet long. The sheriff's office says there was a single track leading into the avalanche area, but no signs on the tracks leading out. There were cars parked at the summit at the time of the avalanche, but all of those vehicle owners were accounted for.
There were 2-3 vehicles up here, and as of right now, all those people in those vehicles are accounted for. So we have no vehicles up here, but that doesn't mean somebody didn't get dropped off here, and when they skied out later that they would come back and pick them up.
Search and rescue teams were on the site of the avalanche for hours until a storm came over the pass earlier this afternoon. Still, no signs of anyone who might have been trapped.
Tonight, we might finally have some signs of hope for Boulder County residents impacted by the Marshall Fire.
Officials are taking input on regulations to speed up the rebuilding process. Denver 7's Sloan Dickey joins us live from Boulder County with the details. Sloan?
Yeah, after many roadblocks, it's actually been quite a productive week in getting that path set for residents who were displaced by the Marshall Fire. Yesterday, Louisville and Superior approved the cleanup plan negotiated with Boulder County, and today the Boulder County held its own online meeting laying out several major steps in getting lots cleaned up and setting regulations for rebuilding homes. Much of the input about the regulations focused on building codes and what will be allowed for homeowners to rebuild. Commissioners reiterated that they will allow homeowners to rebuild to a similar dimension of what was already on the lots, and several parameters like roof heights were extended. The goal, they said, is to expedite a rebuilding process that has been held up for months.
Really excited to get input on the regulations today and ultimately really to get these regulations adopted and help expedite the rebuilding process for the folks that have been impacted by the fire.
And residents I spoke with said that this is really a first step in that next phase of rebuilding. Another major hurdle that was cleared today is that organization that was run by Michael Brown, the former FEMA head that was suing Boulder County, has actually rescinded that lawsuit, and that will allow residents to move forward with a collective plan to clean up those lots. Reporting in Boulder County, Sloan Dickey, Denver 7.
Thank you, Sloan. And for the firefighters in Louisville, Superior, and Boulder County who fought the Marshall Fire, their work didn't stop when the fire went out. Now they're doing even more for their communities, including raising money for the victims. Louisville Fire and the Mountain Rescue Fire Department are selling t-shirts and hoodies. On the front is 80027 strong. On the back is a list of all the firefighting agencies that came to help battle the flames.
There was a lot of people that ran on this call, so we wanted to put their names on the shirts, so then that way we could also say thank you to everybody that helped us.
I think it's well over 100 agencies that responded to the Marshall Fire in a very short amount of time. We had agencies there that night that were 4 or 5 hours away, from their local area.
You could buy the t-shirts and sweatshirts online on Denver Athletics' website. T-shirts are $20 and hoodies are $30.
Next at 8, a woman accused in a suspected road rage shooting is now in custody. Commerce City Police say Destiny Edwards was arrested this evening by members of the FBI Safe Streets Task Force and Adams County Sheriff's Department. Investigators say Edwards shot another woman after their vehicles crashed last Thursday morning. She's facing a charge of attempted murder. We asked Commerce City Police for an update on the victim's condition. So far, we have not heard back.
A woman is now charged in the death of a Colorado Springs high school student who overdosed on fentanyl. Federal prosecutors say Alexis Wilkins sold the fentanyl pill to 2 teenage girls at Citadel Mall in December, and the next day those girls shared the pill with a Mitchell high school student. That girl began to overdose during class and then was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Wilkins is charged with distributing fentanyl resulting in death and could face up to 20 years in prison.
Today, President Biden announced $800 million in military aid to Ukraine after Ukrainian President Zelensky made an impassioned request before Congress for more help.
I'm addressing the President Biden. Being the leader of the world means to be the leader of peace.
The new military support to Ukraine includes anti-aircraft systems and armed drones. Zelensky also made another plea for a no-fly zone over Ukraine to prevent Russian air attacks. But President Biden did not move on that request, making it clear that this is Ukraine's war to fight.
We're going to give Ukraine the arms to fight and defend themselves through all the difficult days ahead.
The leader of NATO is still urging for a diplomatic solution as a 4th round of peace talks drag on.
A woman was charged with 10 counts of animal cruelty after deputies found 10 dogs inside a filthy Arapahoe County apartment in horrific condition.
Denver 7's CB Cotton was the first to share this story and joins us with what we've all been wondering is how are those dogs doing, CB?
Well, Jessica, Danny, the dogs have been making a lot of progress since they were first rescued 3 weeks ago. In fact, they're doing so well, they'll go up for adoption soon. And right now, we're going to show you the body camera video for this case that we obtained exclusively. If you look here, you can see these dogs had it really bad. Officers were first called to the apartment after the dog owner reported being bit. According to a redacted police report, the dogs were living in feces and urine. The report also says deputies could find no food or water available to the dogs inside the apartment. The dogs, a mix of pit bull and mastiff, were seized and a 34-year-old woman was issued a summons charging her with 10 counts of misdemeanor animal cruelty. Since the ordeal, the puppies and dogs have been recovering at various animal shelters, including the one in Aurora.
They would really benefit from some training, but overall they're just super sweet, really social and playful dogs. They were obviously kept in unsanitary conditions, so they were just super dirty. They needed a bath. We did give them all of their vaccines when they arrived, which they likely had none of.
Again, the criminal component to this case is still ongoing, so the timeline for when each dog will be put up for adoption isn't planned out. But those who've encountered these dogs have told us they've been nothing but gentle. They were just really in need of a lot of care. Live in the newsroom, CB Cotton, Denver 7 News on Local 3.
Winter storm warnings are in effect for the Denver area as rain is quickly changing over to snow.
Sky-high gas prices taking a toll on parents traveling to and from hospitals to see their children.
How often do you come?
Every day.
Every single day you come to see Maverick.
Even if it's snowing.
Plus, Dave Grohl takes a break from fighting all those foos to act in a horror movie.
There's like chainsaws and fake blood everywhere, and it's, you know, everyone's possessed, and it was pretty hilarious.
And Russell Wilson touches down in Denver.
I'm proud to be a Bronco.